Welcome back, Outlander fans. Season 8 is in full swing, and Episode 3 is giving us everything we love about this show. Political danger, medical miracles, family secrets, and the kind of slow-burning tension that keeps you glued to the screen. This episode is called Abies Fraseri, which is the Latin name for the Fraser fir tree, a beautiful little detail that ties into themes of roots, legacy, and what we build for the people we love. So let's get into it. Fraser's Ridge, where Jamie is doing something quietly heartbreaking. He's showing young Fanny a cairn he's built, a pile of stones, a memorial dedicated to her sister Jane, who died in the previous season. It's a small gesture, but it means everything. Fanny has been carrying that grief with her since Jane's execution, and Jamie wants her to have somewhere to go, somewhere to stand and feel close to her sister. It's the kind of thing Jamie Fraser does. He tends to the wounds people try to hide. But the peace doesn't last long. Gunshots ring out across the ridge, and suddenly Benjamin Cleveland rides onto the property with two bloodied men tied up in a cart. Cleveland is loud, aggressive, and very convinced of his own authority. He claims he caught these two men smuggling weapons, guns, onto Fraser's land, and he's ready to hang them right then and there. Jamie steps in and sends Cleveland off before things escalate further. But before the men are taken away, Jamie notices something. He quietly slips a letter from one of the men's pockets and tucks it away. Smart move. That letter turns out to be more important than anyone could have guessed. Jamie takes it to Captain Cunningham at the local trading post, and with the help of a decoder hidden inside one of Cunningham's guns, which honestly is the kind of detail this show does so well, the message is cracked open. And what it reveals is serious. Cunningham is not the neutral figure he's been presenting himself as. He is actively working for the British Crown and quietly building a loyalist militia in the backcountry. Jamie confronts him, and the conversation gets tense fast. But Cunningham hits back with something Jamie cannot easily dismiss. He points out that the majority of settlers living on Fraser's Ridge are loyal to England, not to Jamie and not to the revolution. This is the corner Jamie finds himself in as the war closes in around him. He is trying to hold his land, protect his people, and fight for a cause, all while standing on ground that may be shifting beneath his feet. The loyalist threat is not out there somewhere on a distant battlefield. It is right here. It is his neighbors. It may even be his tenants. Meanwhile, Claire is doing what she does best, saving lives under impossible circumstances. A free woman of color comes to her in desperate need of help. She is in labor, and something is very wrong. When Claire examines her, she discovers the woman is carrying twins, and the two babies are twisted together inside the womb in a way that is blocking any chance of a natural delivery. This is the kind of situation that in the 18th century would almost certainly end in tragedy. But Claire has knowledge that no one else in that room possesses. She gets the mother onto her feet and begins the careful, painstaking work of separating the babies from the outside. It takes patience and precision and nerve. The first baby, a boy, arrives safely and is strong and healthy. Then comes the girl, and she is not breathing. Claire works on her. She does not stop. She refuses to accept the outcome that logic would suggest is inevitable. And then something remarkable happens. The little girl breathes. She comes to life. For Claire, this moment carries more than just medical relief. It sends her back in memory to Paris many years ago when the mystic healer, Master Raymond, placed his hands on her during a fever and surrounded her in a strange blue light. She survived something she should not have survived. And now, in this room, she has helped pull another life back from the edge. The scene is quietly spiritual without being heavy-handed, and it is one of the most moving moments of the episode. Over with William. The mystery of his cousin Ben continues to deepen. William is convinced that Ben is not actually dead, despite what the records say. He brings this suspicion to Lord John Grey, who is not particularly receptive. Grey figures a clerical error is the most logical explanation. A mismarked grave, a name mixed up in the chaos of war. William does not buy it. Later, William crosses paths with Amaranthus, Ben's wife, and the two of them connect over Ben's belongings. She gives William a waistcoat she embroidered herself, decorated with beetles native to the colonies. It is a tender exchange. But then comes the detail that matters most. Amaranthus has the toy soldier, the one William had been so focused on. She says Ben gave it to her for the baby before he left for the raid. So where does that leave William's theory? It raises more questions than it answers, and that is exactly where the storyline wants us. Unsettled and curious. Pulling back to look at everything this episode is doing, what stands out is how many fires Jaime is trying to put out at once. There is a prophecy hanging over him, a warning that he will die at the Battle of King's Mountain. There are loyalists on his own land. There is a threat to his gold. And then there is his unresolved tension with Lord John Grey, which needs to be set aside because the world around them is demanding too much. Sometimes survival means letting go of the grudge, even when it still hurts. Episode 3 is everything the final season promised. High stakes, deeply personal, and impossible to look away from. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, hit subscribe and leave a comment below. See you for episode 4.